All right. What were we going to do today? Today we are going to work with the actions in the dashboard. All right. So let's look at what you mean by that. So I would request everyone to open this sheet of Superstore. Like connect with the data of Superstore in your Tableau Public.
Shami, on yesterday's class, the template which we uploaded through PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So we kind of, draw for that shape. But
Correct.
when we load it in Tableau, it's showing as 2. So is it for me or is it for everyone? I'm not sure.
This part you're talking about, right?
Yeah, correct.
It has to do with the one second. So what you need to do is over here in the size, change it 800, 1300, 800, 1300, both of them, width and height, minimum and maximum size. And then when you are scrolling, you will be able to see it and you will be able to drop it then.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Ishani, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I was yesterday working on one of the raw data in Power BI.
Okay.
So while I prepare the dashboard, I just wanted to copy paste those graphs directly over the email, but that's not possible, right?
Power BI copy pasting the dashboard or the charts individually charts.
So in the dashboard, there are multiple charts, right?
Correct, huh?
So I was right clicking on any of the chart. It was giving me the option to copy visual.
Okay.
While I was copying it, it's not letting me paste anywhere, not even in the Excel, not even on the Outlook email box.
No. That copy paste is for Power BI copy paste. You remember we can copy and paste and create multiple visuals, right? So that copy that it allows is for your Power BI only.
So if I prepare the dashboard, I export it as a PDF. But generally we show the dashboard in the email body. I mean, it looks very fancy, and how can I show that? Then I need to take I think screenshot of every one of it.
So when you say in the body of the email, you're inserting a document, right? So when you're putting in a body of email as it is, it's not a dynamic dashboard, it's just an image.
It's just an image, yes.
Right. So if you insert the PDF, it's not going to show up in the same manner.
No. So PDF is I can attach, right? And on the email.
You can, if I'm not wrong, you can, one second. You can also insert it into the, let's say, new email. And over here, if I want to insert, I can have attach a file. If I put in pictures, what comes up? Hold on. So download. This is JPEG. Where did I put it? 1 second. So we said PDF, right? PDF.
Yeah.
I need a PDF. Okay.
I don't think it PDF show PDF is at the bottom. It is selected all pictures. So here all files.
For example, this I want to insert, right? So I can Picture cannot be displayed. Click. This insert doesn't work for you, like when you insert it as a picture
No,
cannot be
no, no,
displayed,
it
it doesn't
won't.
work. Okay, you can save the PDF file as a JPEG file also, correct? Let's say,
I haven't tried that.
for example, hold on. Experiment with my kids things. Where is save as? Save as, save as, save as. Share extension.
It is there. Yeah.
Save. And if I save type as all.
It won't allow.
1 second. JPEG. Save. To 9.
It will not.
Or I don't know. Just thinking out loud once again. PDF to JPEG converters might be there online.
And that is
I
there.
know
Yeah.
it's not a short way, but those are the things I'm thinking of now. So that might be another way of putting that into a JPEG and then sending it across.
They do it, but they, it's
Distorted a
not
little bit.
distorted, and the format does not remain same most of the time.
Or one more or from my side, sorry. Or what we can do is, for example, let's say this is something in Power BI also, right?
Uh-huh.
And why don't you use your snipping tools then?
That's what I use in the end.
Yeah, that's the best then, because then you can snip it and put it as a image.
Yeah, that's what I have done in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. Let's start. Today is a very important thing, very exciting thing as well. So let's get started. We are going to talk about something called actions in dashboard. So what are the various type of actions that are available for us? How do we use it? And we are also going to increase the interactivity of the dashboards that we have. So I have gone ahead and connected my Tableau with the Superstore data. I'm putting orders over here. And first of all, to create a dashboard, I need some kind of visual. So I'm just creating certain visuals and you guys can do it with me. Let's say we want to create country wise profits we want to plot. That is one visual. Then let's plot. I'm just going to write it also so that I know what has what part of it. Then let's say we have got trend of sales or trend of profit. Since we have plotted profit, let's stick to the profit variable measure only. So let's say trend of profit. So I need the profit, I need the order date, and guys, give me just 2 minutes. All right, sorry. So where were we? We were talking about the year order date, and now I can put the month in the year as well. So let's say this is one trend of profit, trend in the country profit. What else can we show? Let's say we want to also show subcategory wise profit. So I want my subcategory to be there, and I would want profit to be there, and I can make it as a tree map, or I can make it as a bar chart, right? Any other thing that comes to your mind? Let's start with this. So when you're creating a dashboard, let's say this is let it be dashboard one, like we discussed yesterday, the first and foremost thing we might want to do is adjust the size of it, right? I'm just going to do it, just increasing the width, not increasing the height in this case. And then we start dropping the dashboard items. So I am going to leave it at tile today. So I'm going to drop the country. Then I want to drop the profit on the other side. And right below that, I want to drop the subcategory. So over here, I've got the country-wise profit. I've got the trend of the profit. I've got subcategory profit, right? Now, the whole point of creating a dashboard is that we should be able to interact with the other charts that we have also created. So first thing that we're going to learn is we can go to the dashboard and insert the first action. The first action we will be learning is called filter action. Now, what does this filter action does? So I'm creating this
Anika,
filter. Yes.
could you please repeat this action?
Repeat the Excel as in, oh,
Action
the
is
action.
action.
Okay. So what I've done is in this dashboard on the top, you see dashboard,
Yes.
right? And I went to actions.
Okay.
All right. And then add action. And these are all the actions that we are going to cover. So we are starting with the first one called filter. Right? Now in filter, you can give a name to the filter. Now, what are the main components of this action that is there? One is that is going to be the source sheet, meaning the action that is getting applied, which is the sheet on which it should be applied. Or if I want to perform an action, which sheet will I be performing an action? So let's say we want to perform an action on country sheet, which means if I select a country, I want filtering to happen on the target sheets. So when I select a country, I want filtering to happen on subcategory. I want the trend of profit also to be filtered. Now, how we are going to run the action? Are we going to hover on top of it? If I'm going to click on it and have a menu, typically we like the select, because otherwise it's not very intuitive. So once you click and select it, the filtering will happen on the target sheet, and that's it. And we click OK. So this is set. Now, as a result of it, let's say if I click on Australia, I'm getting the trend of profit of Australia. I'm getting subcategory profit of Australia. Similarly, if I click on India, this view will change. Is it clear? So using this, you can control on which, like this filter that we are applying is being applied on which table, or which other visuals are we going to utilize this thing. So if there are 3 of them and I want to put on 2, I can do that. Very simple.
Where is this option?
Dashboard, action, and then action, filter action, and in filter action over here. All right.
Okay.
Now, one more, in order to explain the next thing, I'm going to create one more visual over here, which is, I want to see state-wise profit, state profit versus sales. So let's say if I want to understand the relationship between sales and profit for the various states, so I'm going to drop this over here, and then I want to drop the states. Okay, so something like this is happening. So this is state profit versus sales. And let's drop it over here like this. Okay, so again, the same thing. I can go back to the actions to make sure the action is also being applied to this chart. I can go to edit and I have it's automatically added the state profit sales and click OK. So now again, what is happening if I click on a particular country, I'm able to see the trend of what is the relationship between state and sales and profit for that country. Okay, simple. Do you want to
Shani,
quickly, yes, do you guys want to quickly create it? I think you guys are feeling uncomfortable without creating it.
in the filter option, there is two dashboard options. So can we make more options or only two options there only?
What are we talking about? I'm not clear. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dashboard 1 and dashboard 1. Target sheet and source sheet.
So the sheet. So what is this? This is source sheet. Where are you performing the action and where are you seeing the result of it? Okay. So this dashboard one is nothing but if you had multiple dashboards, you could pick the action to be performed on another dashboard. And what this is showing the sheet in a particular dashboard. Understood? So for example, I have another dashboard.
Okay.
This is a dashboard 2. Okay. And over here, I have dropped this subcategory wise profit. Now in dashboard 1, if I go to the action, right? I can say I want the action to happen on target 1 or target 2, can be dashboard 2. Understood, Vivek? So this dashboard 1, dashboard 2 is the dashboards you guys are creating. And when you're applying it, so you can decide to apply it on one sheet or the one visualization of the dashboard or all the sheets of the dashboard. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Do you want to quickly create this?
Ishani, could you please show the state profit versus sales?
State profit versus sales, drop sales in x-axis, profit in y-axis, and drop states in the middle. Then I went to analytics, I dropped the trend axis, and if you want to put some clusters into it, you can put clustering also.
What I need to put in filters?
Nothing in the filter. Why filter?
Actually, in a state profit versus sales.
What do you
What
need to? You're talking about the action.
Yeah, action.
Nothing. I just went over there and made sure. So, see, logically think about it. Not to just follow the steps. This is my source sheet. Correct,
Yes.
Akshan?
Yes.
Now, if I click on any of the country in my source sheet, which visuals do you want to change? All 3, only 1, only 2? That is dependent. Correct?
Yes.
So what I did was I just went back in the same action and just made sure that the new sheet I've created is also checked, that if I change or click on any of the country, this sheet also gets affected. Okay.
Yes.
So that's it.
Ishani, done.
Done.
Yep.
Others, please finish it fast.
Ishani, could you please show the sheet of state profit versus sales?
What happened? What is confusion over there? These things you've already done. Why the confusion? Oh, I think Arshit, you were talking about this filter. This filter comes automatically when you put the actions. Okay, so in dashboard, you put actions and actions are going to be applied over here because as a part of the action, what is happening? It is filtering the data.
But in my dashboard, it's not showing.
In your dashboard, it's not showing what?
Action in filters. Automatically, you talk
So
about
this is a dashboard action. Okay. This is not a filter item. It's an action.
Yeah, I have set the action, but it's still not showing automatically.
Where should it show? Where
Can
do
I?
you, yeah, share your screen. Okay.
I
Now,
just, it's working,
mm,
but in sheet 4, it's, oh, now it's showing.
it will, when you do that action, then it comes up, right?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. That's why I was thinking why there's a confusion.
Can you please show the filter action once again? How is it getting added?
How is it getting added? By add action and filter.
Yeah. After that,
Then you have to select what's a source sheet
oh,
and what's a target sheet.
okay. Got it.
And make sure run action, make it select because that's more intuitive than hover and menu.
Ishani, we have to do run action on hover.
Not hover, select. Hover, though, typically we hover on the visuals as it is. So on select.
So, Ishani, if I click in any one country, all the charts are converting as per that country. So, if I unselect the country, so all the charge is not showing for as per the whole country.
Share your screen. Let me see what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I have select China. I am
Okay.
selecting China. So all
So
the
it
charts
changes.
yes.
Correct.
But if I unselect all the things,
So it's
all
not
the,
coming back.
it's not coming back.
Go back to your dashboard action. Edit the action that you have. Oh, filter not all fields, selected field. Click on that. Keep filtered value. No. This is wrong. Hold on. Wait. Let's go one by one. So run action on select is fine. Clearing the selection will what? When you clear the selection, do you want only the filtered value or all value?
Sure.
All value. Okay. Filter all fields, selected fields. Selected. I think even this should be filter all fields or selected fields. It should be select all fields. All fields is fine. Correct. Okay. Now let's try to click OK. Okay. Now try. Okay.
Yes, it's working now. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, move on now. Next one.
Ishani, in last we have to select all or selected fields.
All.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, done? So I've got your lot of duns today. Shweta done, Sitaram done, Deepika, Ankita done. What about others? Dhirendra done. Kshitij, Gunjan, Saikat
Yes, Shanika.
done. Abhishek, Amit, Ashish, Lalit done. All right. All right, perfect. I'm joined through mobile today. Okay, moving on. Another, the next action that you will be looking at is called highlight. Now, can anybody tell me what would it be the difference between filtering and highlighting? What do you think would be difference between filter and highlighting?
Filter will keep that particular one, and highlights, we will have all that information, just that
Mm-hmm.
the selected information would be highlighted. We'll see
Okay, that
only.
could be just a little louder. Could not.
I'm saying that we will have all the data, but only the selected, like the required data would be highlighted.
All right, perfect. So think about it. In order to understand this concept, let's say we started with this data set. And when I apply a filter on top of it, I may not have all the 6 dots, correct? I may end up like this. Data gets reduced in your visual, data gets changed in your visual, right? But when you are doing a highlight, then what happens over here is, come on. Refuses to work. Anyways, can't draw anymore on my screen. Don't know what is happening. Touch to draw. So basically what will happen, I'll show you in Tableau itself, that all the data would be present as it is, but it's just some data will get more prominent to look at and some data goes in the background. But at the same time, we will look at all the data. So just to show you the difference, what I'm going to do is go back to the actions over here, and in the filter, remove the filter from state profit and click OK. So now if you click on a country, the filtering is happening on these two, but the filtering is not happening over here. What I want over here is when the country is selected, I want highlighting to happen over here. So I'll go back to dashboard, go to actions, in actions, add action. The second one is highlight. So once you click on it, highlight, let's say, state, which is my source is still country. I want it on select. And what do I want it to work on? I wanted to work on the state profit versus sales. I don't want the highlighting to happen on others. And I click OK, and I click OK. And now you see the difference when I click here. So over here, filtering happened, but over here, highlighting happened. Now, what is the result of highlight? Can you see the dots in the background? Can you see the scatter plot in the background?
Yes.
Yes. And you're able to see prominently these states. So when should I use a filter versus a highlight?
The filter value is showing with the original value also.
Comparing, we should have highlight.
Absolutely. So I want my user to focus on a certain data, but at the same time, I want him or her to also to be able to compare with the rest of the data. In that situation, we use highlight. But if the only thing was like, okay, when you're clicking on China, you should get only the data of China, then I would filter. But if I wanted to compare, okay, this is how China is doing and this is how rest of the states are doing, then we will do highlighting on the data. Make sense?
Yes.
Right? So this is your highlight action. If you want, you can also apply it quickly and see if your highlight actions are working fine. So there is a filter action on trend of profits, category, subcategory profit, and highlight on state profit in sales. Should not take you more time.
Done, Ishani.
All right.
Done.
Remission.
All right. Done. That was quick. Right. Now let's move on to the next one. And that is delete the container. Yes, I want to delete it.
Shani, mine
And
is not working properly.
as in,
Highlight.
check one thing. The only problem in highlight could be that once you are in this particular area, go to the sheet of profit versus sales and look in the details. In details, the country is also there or not?
It's just right. Country, yes, country is there.
It is there. Then what's the problem? Share your screen. Go back to the dashboard. Okay, click on the country. So it did work, and then I think you left both the actions there. It did highlight and then it filtered. So your two actions are there. Go back to your dashboard actions. You have not removed the action. Go to the filter action.
So I need to remove the filter.
Yeah, because otherwise both of them worked.
Okay, now I get it.
Yes, that's the problem. Click OK. Click OK. Now try.
Yes.
Okay, because for a minute I saw it highlighted and then it filtered. So that was the issue. What's the shortcut for sharing the screen? My thing is stuck. Can anybody tell me? Alt?
Yes.
Alt S. All right, thank you. Okay. Next action that's there is called URL. Go to URL. Now, what does go to URL will do over here is it takes you, like the word suggests, URL. What it does, it takes you to a certain website that you specify over here. Now, what we can do is, let's say, hyperlink to country wiki, something like that. So again, I'm keeping the source as the country right now. On click, and what do I want is I want it to go to a certain URL. Now, when you're clicking on India, let's say Wikipedia of India should open. When you're clicking on China, it should open for China. Or if you had a website, right, and you have the various sub products or products, and when you click on any of the bars, it should take you to a specific page in the website. So how do we make that happen? We are going to quickly figure out China. Okay, so just trying to find out what's the Wikipedia page for this. Once I found this thing, I'm copying it over here, going back to my visual, pasting it over here. And instead of hard coding India, because every time otherwise it will open for India, what we can also do is once you click over here, you will be able to add any of the fields that you have in your visual. So in my visual, I have country, I have profit, right? These are the visual ones. And if you want more to be there, then you drop that particular field in your details. So if I put the country over here and browser, new browser tab, and click OK and click OK. Now let's test. When I click on, let's say, Australia. So over here, highlighting happened. Over here, filtering happened. And a page for Wikipedia Australia also opened up. So this is your concept of going to a particular URL. Clear? You guys want to try, or can we move on?
I want to try.
Try. Okay, please. Go ahead and try it. So
Shani,
by default, yeah,
could you please show the action of URL?
sure. So by default in Tableau, there's no interaction between your visuals. And in Power BI, by default, all of them interact each other. I don't know if you notice this thing. Over here we have to tell, okay, if I work on this, this should change, this is how it should change. Over there, it filters automatically. Anything, anywhere you work upon, it changes itself. Remember, over there we have to edit and say don't interact. Over here we have to say please interact.
Yes, it's working.
It's working. All right. Now let's say, what can we do in the other one? Let's see. Done. Okay. The next one is very similar to, it is called hyperlinking only. Go to sheet. It's very similar to your hyperlinking that we do in Excel. That when I click on go to sheet, it will say, okay, based on which source, where should it go? So now over here, target can be only one. It can go to any of the dashboards. It can go to any of the worksheets that you've created over here. So this is like hyperlinking. When you click on it, it takes you to a certain part in your Tableau workbook. That could be another dashboard that it is taking you. That could be another sheet that it is taking you. Okay, just to give you a small example, let's say if I select anything in the subcategory, let's do that. Let's change this one this time. If I want to do anything in the subcategory, then I want it to go to the okay, let me do one small change. Over here, let's change the subcategory and make it category. Okay. And this. This is category wise profit. That's okay. I'm not putting my head on it now. And let's say we had another dashboard. Something stuck in right in the middle of where I'm working. Not able to click on anything. It is stuck. Okay, I can do it from the top. Why am I wasting time? New dashboard. Okay, let's say in this new dashboard, what I want is, I want one more sheet in which I have got my subcategory wise profit. Okay, so if anybody clicks on category, I want the person to go to this sheet of subcategory, or I can, have another dashboard where everything is around subcategory. It could be either way. So this is called sheet 5. So going back, let's create the action. We are creating an action, add action, go to sheet. I want the source to be the subcategory profit, or this is category profit in fact, and the target is sheet 5. Okay, and I click OK and I click OK. Now, as a result of it, when you click on any of the category, it will automatically take you to the subcategory. Is it clear?
Shani.
So this is called your go-to URL. But don't think that, this is what we're going to use when it comes to going from one dashboard to another dashboard. That will do through navigation. Remember, we had icons in Power BI. So when you were clicking on icons, it was taking you to another pages of your dashboard.
Yes.
Same thing
Yes,
happens
Ishani.
in Tableau also, and we do it through these navigation buttons. Okay. So since I have only 10, 11 minutes, the what major actions that are there are filters and set. So just to give an idea about what is parameter actions and set actions. So another set of things, these are little tedious. A lot of things go on in setting them up. The first four were very easy. So there is a action called change parameter and there's action called change set value. So what is the purpose of parameter? Why do we need parameters, guys?
To make charts and dashboard dynamic.
To make the visuals dynamic, right? One place you have multiple visuals and you're changing them together. Now, in order to change that visual, you have to go to a parameter and you have to click on the drop down, pick it up, and then click. Correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Do you think that is intuitive? Do you think that's interactive? Do you think that looks nice, like fancy? Think from end user point of view. Do you think it's easy or not easy? Going and looking at the parameter, clicking on the drop down, picking one value from the drop down, and then your visual changes. Do you think it's intuitive and interactive or no?
No. No.
It is not. It's just like a filter, right? Like how we have filters. So filters are useful, but they're not very intuitive to the end user. Versus if you put some kind of visuals on top of it, if you put some kind of icons on top of it, and then a person will click on the icon and your visualization is changing. So those kind of things is what we do in the parameter actions or the set actions. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to do next time is let's say data interpreter, highlight, desktop, icons, filter, performance, icon, parameter actions. Something similar to this. Okay, so if you look at this dashboard over here, this is a dashboard. And in this dashboard, if I click on this symbol, that's map wise, it's coming. If I click over here, the trends are coming. If I click over here, the comparison in form of a bars are coming. So what is this? This is again a parameter only. So instead of having a drop down and someone going and picking it up, I have put icons to do this work. Okay, so this kind of work that you're looking at is done by parameter actions and dashboards. Is it clear?
Yes, Ishani.
Right? So this is what we are going to do tomorrow. Plus, we will be also working with set actions and see, what could be the use cases of both the things. And because this takes time, that's why I'm not picking it up today. We'll start tomorrow with this thing. Meanwhile, let's talk about this navigation button that we have, the download button that we have. So what is the role of this navigation button? Just like everything else, you have to click on the navigation button and drop it. Let's say I'm going to drop it right over here. Once this is created, then you can click on it. When you click on it, it will ask you where do you want to navigate to. So this can be used for going from one dashboard to the other dashboard. Let's say I want to navigate to the next dashboard. How do you want it? Do you want it to be a text? Do you want to be an image button? If it's an image, you can upload it over here. And if it's a text, what do you want the text to be? Let's say we are going to subcategory dashboard, right? And it's this is fine. Let's say okay, this is done, apply. So this becomes your subcategory dashboard. This navigation becomes that. Now as a result of this, what happens once you are looking at your dashboard and someone clicks on it, it automatically takes you to the other dashboard. So right now it's showing blank because it is blank. So let's do one thing. Let's drop sheet 5. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's try to see. And if we click on it, now it has taken me to the other sheet. So we could have navigations button on all the sheets, just like how we worked with, the icons in Power BI. We can have these navigations button. It could be an image that you uploaded. It could be a text button, which helps you to go back and forth. So that's how you're going to use your navigation. You want to try the navigation quickly?
Yes, please.
Sure, Ishani.
Can
Yes.
you show that edit button screen?
Say it again.
Can you show that edit button screen again?
For the navigation part?
Yes.
Okay. So just double click on it. It opens this thing. And I told it where to navigate, what kind of button it will be, a text or image. I picked up text, gave a name to it. If you want to give borders and all, backgrounds and all, this is where you change it. And you can put some tooltip also, so that when the person is hovering on top of it, you can give a small message for him or her to understand what will happen when you click on the button.
Shani, navigation can be used for dashboard to sheet as well.
Absolutely. So once I click over here, when you are putting navigation, the sheets are also showing up, the dashboards are also showing up.
Okay.
So Ishani, how it will work?
How will it work? Meaning?
Yes. Meaning I am clicking on this, then nothing is happening.
Oh, over here it doesn't work. Over here it doesn't work. So what you need to do is, you see this kind of a slideshow mode on top, presentation mode. So
Yes.
click over here. When it goes to your presentation, when you deploy these products, right, that you're creating, then when you click on it, it works. Very similar
Yes.
concept to your hyperlinking in Excel, Word, PowerPoint. Over there also you have to go to slideshow mode in order for it to work.
Done, Ishani.
Done. Next thing is this button of download. You might laugh that this is there. So we can export this dashboard into PDF, just like how we do it in Power BI. However, over here, you need this download button to be placed. So I'm going to make it floating and I'm going to drop it next to this. So over here, so it says download PDF. Okay. And when you double click on it, then it gives you an option. Do you want to download it as a PDF? Do you want to download it as a PowerPoint, as a cross tab, as an image? What is a cross tab? Cross tab is basically the tables behind the images that you have. Okay. So if I say I want to, download, export it as an image, again, it's a text button or it could be image button. And if I click on apply and okay, now I'm going to go to the presentation mode. And if I click on this PNG format, let's put it over here and save, escape. So if I go to my downloads over here, the dashboard is there. Once I click on it, this is a PNG format that is there. So you can decide how you want the user to be able to download things. Do you want him or her to make it a PDF, a JPEG, crosstab? It's entirely up to you. How do you want this to be? Do you want this to be a text or an image over here? Okay, instead of saying download image, we should be able to say download or export dashboard. Right? So that is what this work is. You can also try.
Yeah, done, Ishan.
Done.
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 Done, Ishani.
All right.
Done, Ishani.
Okay. Then other elements of your dashboard, important elements of the dashboard is
Shani,
text. Yes, please.
Shani, sorry to interrupt you. Shani,
No
tooltip
problem.
is not working.
What is going on? Did you go to your presentation mode?
Right. In presentation mode, it's not showing as a tooltip.
It is coming.
Let me check once again.
You have to hover on top of it. Did you hover? See, it's coming. Export this.
Not
Can you share your screen?
just give me. I'm sure. I have to log in from
Oh, you
other
have to
system.
log in. Okay.
Give me a minute.
So while Ashish is logging in, tomorrow, how many people are giving the assessment?
I have asked Vinay that can it be possible on Monday?
I'll tell you why Monday might not be a good idea, because we need to do a final assessment, because now we are wrapping up. Right?
Yes.
1 second. All right, sorry about that. Just
Shani, can I share my screen?
yes, 1 second. I'm
Okay.
just looking at this design we did, actions, partial, and then we have the KPI and the stories for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be finishing in actions, and let's see if we are able to do KPI or story in Monday. Monday is pretty much the last day, so you cannot push the reassessment to Monday. All right, because our final assessment ideally would also be on Monday, because I know it's going to be very hard to catch hold of you guys then. When is the
Oh.
final assessment, guys? Vinay, when do you want the final assessment?
So the plan is, Ashish, first of all, why you did not end the first assessment?
I was out of station. So I was not able to do that.
Okay. So then I think for the groups, because majority of the people, have given their Power BI assessment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Majority, I would say 90% and above, right? And
Mhm.
we would not like to hold them for, we would like to give them time for this weekend to prepare for Tableau. I hope you understand my point. So practice over this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or practice or
Today and tomorrow.
for the Power BI
Okay.
assessment tomorrow.
Power BI
Yeah.
will be tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Because
it's
then we have
not. It's not possible for me to practice in one.
No, Ashish, because
Oh,
I mean,
mhm.
there are like, you know,
Only I have to give, or
you
all.
are
Because you were
there,
absent.
Faisal is there, you guys are absent, Sitaram is there. But the point is, if you don't give it now, when will we have Tableau assessment? And the whole group is going to wait then.
Yeah.
And that's not
No,
correct.
we can give on Monday Tableau assessment, and then we can give Power BI.
On the same day.
Not on the same done on the day after.
So Ashish,
Mhm.
the most logical point I think is there are not many people who have to give Power BI. So
Okay.
try for the Power BI today, and tomorrow you have time. All right. After the session, you give the Power BI assessment.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Like when you've studied today and tomorrow, then if you have any questions, ask me.
Okay. So we will work on the same data which earlier you have given, or you will give some other data.
Have you studied the data?
No,
Ishani,
I had sent the data for the earlier group, yes, but no, I don't want to use the same data. The data has been sitting with you. People have done the assessment, so no, I cannot give it on the same data. I'm going to change the data set.
so it will be some difficult for us
Yeah, for
because
you,
we
Not
don't
Ashish,
have.
for you especially.
because
yeah.
I
Give us some
can't give
time.
you the data set. I've
No, no,
uploaded the solution. I've given the data. I can't use the same case study.
no. You can give